speculation that far too much money's been spent on them for no reason. There's IKEA's distribution centre. If anybody's interested in Ikeology, IKEA's distribution centre is there. I think that's not the only one they've got in Poland, if I remember rightly. I've seen more. That also seems to be Las Vegas, but now it's something different. It's a power energy drink. I tend to like the name of it anyway, in Poland. So we're coming up to where the roads will merge, and in my mind that's really the point at which we can talk about southern Poland rather than northern Poland. I mean, obviously, apart from anything else, this is like central Poland, but if you said central Poland doesn't exist, that you've got to divide Poland into north, south, east and west, I would say that this junction is the point at which you would divide north and south. Because everything south from here feels kind of southern to me. I mean, you wouldn't say that it's northern. I mean, I suppose this is more central than northern, but northern Poland again would be. I'd feel that was after you get above a similar junction, where the road to Torun branches off from the road that goes up to Gdańsk, around about Płock area. Płock, am I right? Yeah, Płock. No, not Płock. Poińsk. That's, in my mind, that junction represents the difference between central Poland and northern Poland, as it were. So, but that's just my own particular kind of feeling about it. I don't think there's any official term for where you've got north, south, etc. Poland. East. For me, East Poland is anywhere that's east of Warsaw, because Warsaw, as it is fairly east. And west, well, once you get beyond about Konin, it feels pretty western. Konin was where the motorway used to take you to, and then you had to deal with very, harder roads to get all the way to Warsaw, and so therefore it kind of engraved itself on my mind as a place where the mood changes as you drive. That's no longer the case, of course, but that's only not been the case for a few years, whereas before that you had about 16 years of waiting for that motorway extension to happen, and in the course of those 16 years you tend to get a particular attitude about certain places, which is then hard to change afterwards. So and then so everything between those kind of lines on the axis would be the central area, I suppose, in my mind. So but you can't draw the lines for the central part straight across, because apart from anything else, Poland's wider at the eastern end than it is at the western end. So you would make those lines come from the lines of where north, central, and southern are. Those lines. You'd make them not exactly parallel to each other, but coming closer to each other the closer you got to the German border, and further apart from each other along that longer border, which is the border to the east, which is obviously the border to the east has got some Russian enclave called Kaliningrad. And it has, in addition, Lithuania, Belarus, and then the Ukraine, yeah? And only when you get right down, and there's a kind of long tail to Poland down there, and then it turns sharply back again and has its border then with Slovakia, going up in a very, very windy path across the Tatra Mountains. So that's a longer border in fact than it looks like if you draw the map roughly. And could be in fact the longest border, the one with Slovakia, because of the fact that it's winding around mountain crests. And then it then turns into the Czech Republic, obviously, not far from, between Bielsko-Biała and Szczecin. It turns to Żywiec. If you go straight down from Żywiec, you'd get to Chacha in Slovakia, which I'm not going to try this time. Oh, I might try it one day. If you go from Szczecin, you go across to Český Těšín, which is obviously that's Czech Silesia, and it goes, not far from there. It doesn't take far from there to get into northern Slovakia. So, but I wanted to go to Brno, as I've said. So that will be a slightly different. That'll be a slightly different journey. Well, it's easy to just talk and knock up another 15 minutes, which I seem to have done. Since I'm going to be making breaks every 10 minutes in the journey, I can talk a bit more now about things. Look at that. That's something to look at, isn't it? That's Bełchatów Power Station, and or at any rate, it's the smoke off Bełchatów Power Station, which is reflecting the sunset a little bit. Yeah, and the little mountains which you see next to it. I was supposed to go there a few weeks ago, but I had a cold and one of my team covered me. I didn't need to go there. They did a very good job anyway. I didn't need to be there. There's some nice groundwater there where the snow's melted. Some ducks already sitting on it. I don't know if you can see that much detail, but